Hello, and welcome to this training. I want to talk about 10 methods for generating traffic, and I want to consolidate and make it concise and like full of information. And I want to give it to you in 10 minutes. So let's get into it. 10 methods to get traffic. So, first off, before we get into the methods, I want you to understand there are 7 things that you really need to be clear about before you start investing into traffic. Okay, number one, how do you even know your customer wants your offer? Do you have objective proof? Do you have a history of sales? You have to get that manually. You need to know it for a fact before you start investing in the traffic. Number two, what is the value of a customer sale? Okay, what is the value? What are you selling? What's the number, right? You got to know your numbers. Number three, what's the lifetime value of a customer? Okay, so just because they buy once, will they buy more in the future? Okay, and if you understand those numbers, it helps you understand how much you can invest in order to make a profit. Okay, number four, so how much are you willing to pay for a customer? If a customer is worth $100, you don't want to spend $100. You want to spend less than that. But if the customer's worth 1,000, then you could spend $500 and still make 500. So think about what's the value of a customer and how much you're willing to pay to get them. Number five, can you track the conversion rate of your sales page or your offer page, right? If you're hosting your own product page, you need to be able to track so you know. Again, number six, we get into, so how much can you afford to pay for a click, right? When you talk about traffic, we're talking about clicks, views. So you're paying whatever search engine, whatever person to send you traffic, but how much can you afford to pay in order to get traffic? So you have to, number five, you got to be able to track the conversion rate of wherever you're sending them, track the clicks and track the conversion rate so you know how much you can pay for a visitor or click. And then number seven, whenever you're starting to drive traffic and start a campaign, when you start, things are not going to be great. Things are not going to be optimized. You have to start and then you improve your offer, you improve your conversion rate, you improve your copy, you improve your ads, and the price or the profit gets better and better and better. So, do you have a process or do you have a person who's going to optimize your funnel? In other words, lower the cost that it takes to get a sale. Okay, so these 7 things you really need to think about and know before you start investing into traffic. Now, let's assume you've got all these things set. You know your numbers, you know the value of the customer, you got some basic tracking, you know how to improve your conversion rates. Let's get into 10 different ways or methods you can get traffic. Number one, you can get traffic if you have your own email list or text message list, messenger, mail, postal mail. If you have your own list, which I'm putting it first because that's the most important thing you need to have for long-term success, you need to have your own list. Okay, and you send people from the database you already have, you control, you own the data, you can send people as traffic to your offer. If you don't, number two, do you know anybody else who has a list? Email, SMS, messenger, postal, whatever, and talk to them, negotiate. You either pay them up front to send out information about your business or your offer, or you pay them based upon sales. Okay, that's how it works. Number three, post content, post information about your product, about your offer, about your information on social media. You know all the social media sites. Post something there. But if you don't have enough people, if your audience is small, number four, ask or pay somebody else who has a large social media following, whose following is, they have your customers in there, whether it's YouTube, podcasts, and Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Ask them to do it for you. Number one, you pay them up front, or number two, you again pay them based upon sales, based upon success. That's how it works. Number five, this is SEO. This is when people type in Google and they're looking for your product. Are they looking for what you offer? So you're creating articles and videos that are based upon the keywords or the key phrases that people are typing. Now, SEO it takes time. It's complicated. It can be complicated, especially if it's competitive, but that is a strategy that people use to get traffic. So learn about SEO, write articles or create videos based on SEO to get traffic. Number six, if you don't want to figure out how to do it and wait 6 months to a year to get quote unquote free traffic, pay Google. Say, hey Google, here's $100, here's $1,000. Anybody who types in these search phrases in Google, send them to my offer, or show them my ad, show them what I'm talking about. You pay Google, and Google will, you pay per click. You pay for every time somebody clicks the link and they go to your site, that's when you pay Google. Okay, continue on. A few more. Number 7, create a banner ad or a display ad or a video ad, not based upon searches, not based upon search engines, but based upon demographics, age, whether they like certain topics, whether they're interested in certain topics, whether they, I don't know, they're a fan of certain books based upon their demographics, their gender, their zip code, whatever those things are. You can have an ad show up, right? This is Facebook ads, this is Instagram ads, this is display ads. You can have those ads, banner ads or video ads, show up on social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all these sites. You can have your ad show up. You can also have it display on news sites, CNN, Fox, Atlanta, the Atlantic, whatever, Bloomberg. Based upon where those people are, if there's ads there, you can have a banner ad show up and get clicks. Number 8, you can also create a banner ad that shows up only for people who have already been on your website, only for people who have already engaged on your social media site. And if they haven't yet purchased, you can have an ad, also known as retargeting or remarketing, that show up just to those people. It's still on the same social media sites and news sites, but it's based upon if they've already seen your site. You're showing ads to them. Okay. Two more. Number 9, there's this thing called native advertising or advertorial. It's an article that's also an advertisement, right? So it's an editorial article, but it's also an ad mixed together. And so those are articles, advertorials that show up on news or media sites where people can read more news, but it's a sponsored news article about your product, about your business. And then number economics, I didn't put press releases, but press releases is almost kind of like a native ad. So you can have press releases done about your business, about your offer, and have that showing up on news sites as well. And then number 10, you can post your product or your offer on high traffic sites or directories like Craigslist, eBay. You can list in Amazon or Google Shopping, for example. So if you have a product, it's kind of mainly for e-commerce, but again, on Craigslist, you can find things. On eBay, you can find books. So this is the last way you can post or list your product, your offer somewhere where your customer is looking, and then you can get traffic to your product. Okay. So these are the 10, I don't know, basic ways or the kind of more comprehensive ways that you can get traffic for your product. But let me give you one more list of tips just to make sure you have the right mindset as you go into this. Okay, 4 types of skills that you need to make your profit, to make your marketing campaign or your traffic strategy profitable. Number 1, are you able to profitably generate traffic? Right? Everything we just said, whether you have to spend time, you have to create and be creative in your content, viral things go viral, whatever that means. If you can do that, that's content. Money, you're going to spend money, or relationships, asking somebody else to send you traffic. Can you figure out a way to generate traffic at a profit, right? Less than the cost of a customer. Number 2, do you have the skills or the ability to convert or to get people interested, get them to trust you, and get them to make a buying decision, right? That's the skill of copywriting or persuasion or sales, right? Normally, either it's how you write or it's how you record a video. That's a different type of thing. Number 1 is all about traffic. How do you get traffic, whether it's through time or relationships or money? You know how to manipulate the engines and all the SEO stuff and all the tactical stuff. That's one skill. But getting them to actually buy and make a buying decision and trust you is something different. That's number 2. Now, number 3, let's say you can't do number 1 or number 2. Can you profitably hire or manage someone who is skilled at number 1 or who is skilled at number 2, right? That might be what you need to do. If you don't have the skills to do 1 or 2, can you hire someone and manage someone again at a profit, right? So that's number three, hire or manage someone. And then number four, the fourth thing that actually is important here is that maybe your skill is not number one, two, or three, but maybe you can find deals. Maybe you can find in demand, low cost, irresistible offers, right? So if you can do number four, if you have an inside hookup to something that's hot and that's in demand and you can find that product, again, then maybe you want to hire someone to do not one or two or three, but because you know where the offer is, you know where the gold is, you know where there's a starving crowd and you're the only person that has access to the water well, maybe that's what you can leverage in order to have a profitable marketing campaign or a profitable business. Okay, so that's it for this training. This gives you may want to watch this a couple more times. I'll probably have a handout if you want to just look over this list. I'll make sure you can download the slides with this training. But these are all the things that you need to think about when it comes to investing into driving traffic to your product, to your offer, to your service. Okay, hope you enjoy this. If you want to learn more, let's connect, let's chat, and create a great day.